What's up, Libra gang? Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to your tarot reading here at the Intuitive Teacup. Please come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something or to better yourself. If the messages that come through do not resonate for you, push them aside. Don't take action on them. Assume they're going out to someone else who needs to hear them. They might just resonate for you at a later time or date. So again, just be open to that. Do remember you are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is optional advice, guidance, and an energy check-in for Libra. That being said, we're going to have some fun, hopefully, right? We'll set the intention to get Libra some clear, helpful, insightful messages on their spiritual path. All right, so coming up in your past, you have the Chariot. Some of you may have been dealing with a Cancerian. How is that affecting you presently? Let's see. You have the Four of Pentacles. All right, so right off the bat, I'm wanting to say you're holding on to a Cancer, or a Cancerian is holding on to you. I'm hearing the word like you got to sniff it out. Like there's something about a rat. Here's the thing, I actually don't necessarily hate that message, even though it kind of has a weird connotation. It's almost like you're trying to get a pulse on what's actually going on. I almost get the idea that you guys, I'm hearing like lost control, or something like if you guys fell out of contact, or something happened where there was a block or a delay, or something was thrown off course. So what is supporting Libra right now? Interesting. So the Two of Cups. All right. So I do like that. And the Ace of Needles. All right. So there is going to be communication about feelings. I actually really like that. It's funny. I stick to what I said. There's some message here about, I just keep hearing sniffing out a rat. But here's the thing. It's either a secret that is going to come to the surface that is actually a good secret. It's almost like paranoia took over and someone's like, wait a minute, my person's acting weird. Why are they doing that? And in reality, it's like, I don't know. It's like something ridiculous, not ridiculous, but it's like, a memory of their old pet came up on their Facebook memories and they got all sad that day and they were like, I miss my dog. Or like, it's something where you're like, I think you took it personally that this person pulled back their energy, and for a lot of you, it didn't have anything to do with you. That's one message. All right, now let's go into the other one. There could have been. Hold on, 1 second. Okay, here's the other message. There could have been external influence on your guys' relationship that was muddying the waters. Maybe it was someone's parent or sibling chiming in. Maybe it was a best friend that was having like jealousy issues, like you're taking my best friend away. And I'm almost getting like a male who's kind of like, no matter what you are, Libra, if you're dating a male, I'm getting that his best friend is like, he or she's not that great anyway. Like, I don't know. But it didn't come from a pure place. It's like they were sort of, it had nothing to do with you. At the end of the day, it didn't. It's not that they were even judging you. They were judging the situation out of selfish reasons of like, oh, well, if my friend ends up dating this Libra, that means we can't have like bro time together. Like it was that type of thing. And so your person may have pulled back energetically because they were having to deal with someone who was like emotionally immature. Maybe it wasn't a Cancer, but in a lower vibe that can represent a Cancer who's like, not acting from a pure place. It's like they have manipulative intentions with their emotions. What's supporting you though is Two of Cups. So there's a very good relationship that is supporting you and having conversations out in the open about feelings. Now, for a minority of you, that may be that you are going through some sort of difficult relationship, and maybe your best friend is showing up for you and talking you through it. That's possible too. But there is a supportive relationship where you can talk about feelings. That is what is helping you right now. And then, so what are some qualities that Libra needs, if there's any advice or how they can grow? Something that Libra needs to consider that would also be of help, but maybe they're still working on. Qualities that Libra may need in order to get through this situation. The Moon. All right, so embracing the unknown. Listening to your intuition. Know that things are a little bit foggy and unclear right now, but that will pass. The dawning of a new day, the sun will rise again, the sun will come out tomorrow. I've been saying that to a lot of signs, the song from Annie, right? More will be illuminated on this soon-ish, but I think you have to make good use of that in-between period where there's a little bit of cloud or fog or confusion. It could be that someone's also sick too. And so here's the thing. I think we have to be very realistic in not creating fictitious scenarios in our head about why somebody isn't texting us. I think, true to Libra form, there needs to be balance. You know, do people get busy? Yes. Do people forget to respond to texts? Yes. Do people get sick with a head cold and they're in bed all day sleeping and didn't respond that one time? Yes. At the same time, though, in a relationship that truly respects you, is that person going to show up and, offer some sort of explanation, or I don't know, I'm wanting to say like make better on their promise? At the same time, though, and here's the flip side of the coin, we cannot make excuses for other people, because at the end of the day, sending a text, making a phone call, meeting up for coffee, it's not that hard. Okay, that's the true blunt reality of the situation. So if someone is keeping you in the dark well beyond what you would consider a period of time that, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, I think we need to give people we love and are interested in, I think we need to give them a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. But if it does feel like you're being played and this person is keeping a lot of secrets from you, you need to have a conversation about it, first of all. That's going to help you a lot. But again, there is some sort of cloudiness or confusion about something that transpired. I don't really get bad vibes from this. Again, I get a little bit of paranoia and fear and maybe jumping to worst case scenarios. Again, for most of you, I think that's the case. I think this is all going to work itself out. But that being said, yeah, with the moon, it can sometimes be our fears creeping up of like, yeah, I don't know, like worst case scenarios, but it's a card of illusion and fantasy. So make sure you're not putting someone up on a pedestal if they're not treating you right, if they're not coming correct, if they're not showing up to the relationship or whatever this is. Yeah, fair with caution. So what is known about this situation then, which I think that's going to help give us some clarity too. Like, what is #facts, reality? What do we already know about the situation that Libra needs to be reminded of? The Hermit. So this person is going through a time where they do need to be alone, or there's a need for independence, or like it's kind of like a soul journey, a spiritual journey. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're breaking up with you, but there is a need to disconnect from collaboration and partnership in order to maybe deal with some sort of family issue. There could be some family issue that's completely in disarray. And okay, I'm wanting to say, give me one more on that, please. This doesn't make sense to me, but I'm being told to say it anyway. You guys know that you do that thing, so don't do that thing this time. Does that serve anyone out there? I think it does have to do with reality versus fantasy. And again, I'm unbiased. I'm not sure if this is a good message or a bad message, but I almost think it's like old habits die hard. You could be very self-aware that in past relationships, you tend to do this thing that doesn't necessarily serve you in the long run. And so Spirit is saying, you do the thing and you're tempted to do it now, so don't do the thing. Do you guys understand that? I kind of do, but I kind of don't, but I'm being told to say that. I'm just sort of getting with this like snake hands. It's like there's this temptation to go out and double text them or to write this 10 paragraph message based on some sort of lack of clarity, but it's like, I don't know, it's like needling or nagging your person about something when in reality, like none of that is true. It's like creating a false narrative of what's going on when you don't actually know. All you know is that this person is acting a little bit detached or asking for some space, needing a little bit of independence, or just a day where they spend it on a day where they spend time alone in bed. Maybe they just need to regroup and recharge their battery. And I think some of you are taking offense to it. And again, this idea of like, I'm trying to sniff out the rat. It's like, all right, what's really going on? Especially if this feels very Scorpio too. So some of you, if you're cuspy with Scorpio or you have Scorpio placements, it's like, I just need to know. And unfortunately, the moon says right now, you kind of have to get comfortable with not knowing the full picture right now. It's not saying it'll always be that way, but there's some sort of mystery or gauze or fogginess or confusion here. And maybe that's coming through on your person's end. Honestly, your person may be dealing with like a little bout of depression or something like that. I think you need to not jump to worst case scenarios, but you need to act based on what you know now, just like the absolute facts, not what could be or fears. Like, again, there's like a devil energy coming through of telling you the worst possible thing that could happen, but it's not true. It's coming from your own mind, right? Painting these false scenarios. But I think you do need to act in a way that respects you and have healthy self-esteem, and respects yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're allowing people to treat you badly, right? And I don't think you need to come at this person and attack them, or I think assume nothing. That's the best way to approach this. But I do think if it's been a while and you do have some sort of connection with this person that you are wanting to continue to invest in, I don't see anything wrong with having a open, I don't know if open-ended is the right term, but a conversation of just like checking in with no expectations, with no assumptions, just like a, hey, like, how's it going? This is how I'm feeling. How are you feeling about this? Like, kind of like an open-ended in that way, not jumping to conclusions or attacking this person again for something that is like a false belief. I don't know how else to say it, Libra. Sorry, this is a little clunky. All right, so what is unknown? What is you all just zoomed in. What is unknown? I can feel the energy. It's like, yes, tell me everything. What is hidden? What is in the shadows? What is in the depths? What is something that Libra needs to hear that it hasn't necessarily materialized yet, but it's in the mix. It's still cooking. It's in the oven. What is unknown? All right, so the Six of Candles. So that's the Six of Wands, you guys. Like, that's someone getting back on the horse and feeling confident again. I do think there is messages of love and communication that comes through that settles your fear and anxiety. Virgo energy, major fear and anxiety, right? Striving for perfection, feeling like we're showing up at our best and feeling rejected, and then we get in our head about, what did I do wrong? You did nothing wrong. There's such like a freedom to this card, this, Jack Skellington, right? At the top of the hill. It's just like, like unfolding, relaxing, unclenching. I think that's qualities you need. You need to relax through this. Your mind is your enemy right now. You're jumping to false conclusions. I think there's a conversation that gives you ease and peace of mind that this person is still interested in you. Like the flame is still alive. They haven't snuffed out the flame. I don't get the impression that there's anyone else here. I think there may be other people involved in terms of like having to deal with family stuff, having to take care of the kids, maybe your person's best friend is going through a time and they have to be there, as like a support system. It has nothing to do with you, but you're taking it personally, so don't do that. That's what this is. It's like, don't do the thing that you do sometimes, like the self-sabotagey stuff. And sorry, I'm being kind of like, I'm giving you wicked tough love right now, Libra, but I think it's warranted because it's like, if you like this person and you like this scenario, again, don't jump to worst conclusions. Don't self-sabotage. You need to let this quite literally unfold naturally, right? For those who've seen the movie, that little thing, it unfolds and then he walks down and it's just like, there's an ease. He's able to get back to the land. He's able to get grounded, right? All these metaphors. I think this person is going to say something that actually reinvigorates you or makes you feel like, oh my gosh, they've been thinking about me the whole time. They just weren't expressing it. Maybe this person isn't great with communication right now. I don't think that means forever. Again, there's some scenario that you're not fully aware of, but this is a win or a victory coming through. You might be dealing with a Leo. You might be dealing with someone who doesn't love talking about emotions too. Which hopefully, that develops organically if you guys kind of get into a deeper connection or less of like a situationship or whatever and more of like an actual connection. Because I mean, being able to express your emotions is a kind of an essential, guys, right? And you seem to be able to do that. And someone else in your life is able to do that and support you. I'm hoping it's your person, but I do think there's other people in your life who are able to kind of talk you through this and be a good support system for you. So future outcome, what might we expect from, I'm being told to put one more on here. Okay, so before we get there? The Emperor. Okay, yeah. So possibly dealing with a fire sign, something you don't see coming, some sort of recognition or warm messages from a fire sign, a level of support, someone feeling very inspired by you. Honestly, I'm kind of getting this as like flirtation and warmth, and I'm hearing energy, kinetic energy, steamy, passionate. Someone has eyes for you. Someone has feelings in their heart for you. Someone might be very busy with work, though. The Emperor is frequently a card of work. And so work in any sense, it's like they may have other priorities or responsibilities, I think is a good word. I think this person has other responsibilities that they're tending to, so they're not able to quote unquote like stoke the fire with you as much as they would like. Doesn't mean they're not thinking about you. They're absolutely thinking about you, Libra. All right, outcome. Future outcome, anything else in this storyline that we're allowed to know at this point? Let's see, the world, yeah. So major chapters. And also, I'm sort of getting this idea of multiple roads to choose or to take, either in this scenario or with this person. It could be too, I don't know if this is the case, but I'm wanting to say it, so I will share it. For a minority of you, a few of you, it could be that you're waiting on a person, and in the meantime, someone else presents with an even better offer, in which case you're like, oh, all right, now I have to do a little assessment because, I thought I was into this person, but this person's showing up for me and like, this is such an air sign reading, but also like Libra. Like I have both. You and Gemini. I feel like frequently you guys have options. Not always, but so in which case you are going to have like a deliberation. It's kind of like you have to weigh out the pros and cons of like who you're actually going to want to move forward with. There could be an important conversation about moving in with your person or moving house or changing locations. That could also have to do with your person and their work life. Their office may be moving. They may be helping a friend move. There's something about like moving doors, moving different places. Something about that feels more symbolic too, but I'm not quite there. I'm not quite getting it. But there's a conclusion or a culminating chapter that is actually kind of rebirthing you, or possibly you and this person, to kind of hit reset and start fresh. I don't really get bad blood here, though. I think your imagination can run wild sometimes. So again, you're being told by the universe, like, don't do that. Catch yourself thinking those negative thoughts, but ask yourself, is this based in reality or is this my shadow side coming out? If you do that, this is going to work out organically. Well, I mean, it will anyway. It's going to work out the way it's supposed to, but don't lean into the temptation to listen to the shadow side of this. Again, worst case scenario. I've said all this, but I'm wanting to reiterate it. What are we being birthed into? The King of Pentacles. All right. So someone making a big offer, but it is in reverse. So here's to me, that's what it's saying. It's delayed. It's delayed. And for some of you who are entwined in a situationship, you have a better offer coming because this person isn't giving you what you need to feel satisfied. And I think it's good to have high standards, Libra. I'm not saying you need to, lower the bar or lower your standards. I think you might need to be more patient on the timeline. But ultimately, if someone is offering you what they got and you're like, it's not really quenching my thirst, then that's not your person. I think we can't cling on to the idea, which can be Four of Pentacles, of like, I better hold on to this for dear life because what if I don't get another chance? Or what if this is it? What if this is the best it gets? It's not. That's lack mentality. That's fear. Fear and anxiety are coming into this big time. So again, just things to be aware of. Yeah, there could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I definitely see Aries, that the classic Libra reading. Aries and Libra are always showing up in each other's readings. Virgo, Pisces, Cancer. You have a lot of major arcana coming through. All right, oracle signs or oracle cards for Libra. Just one, please. Just one, please, for Libra. Something they need to hear. For Libra. Thank you. All right. Believe in yourself. Unleash your inner unicorn. Yeah, just be you. Be unapologetically you. I'm not saying you have to edit yourself. But I do think you need to think how messages that you send out, body language, vibes, I think you need to think how that's going to be received, not just how it feels to send it. Because in a way, it's like, it's going to feel good for me to get this off my chest and send it. And there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes it's not about sending it, it's just about getting it out. And when I say send it, I mean a text, right? Or an email or whatever. Sometimes it's better just to put it in the notes section in your phone, or journal it, or write it out. So that way there's a cathartic release. You can get it out and look at it and understand what it is that you're feeling. The processing of that information is good, Virgo energy, but there needs to be more self-awareness of what it would be like to receive that text or that message, and how it would come off. Is there a tone? Is there a hint of aggression? There's something about that. It's not about editing yourself, but it is about honoring yourself. I hope that makes sense. For Libra, a healing oracle card. Healing oracle card for Libra. Thank you. Pay attention to the signs, card 10. So that does make me think of Wheel of Fortune, though. So in some capacity, things are shifting and changing. Beautiful blessings are arriving to you. And for some of you, you may need to trim the fat and get rid of what isn't serving you. Others of you, there's perseverance. There's perseverance and patience. Something comes when it's like we hunker down and ground ourselves in reality and not live up in our head and in the clouds, right? Very air sign energy. It's like we got to come back to reality. We know what we know, and that's what we're basing our own moves off of, right? I'm hearing the word strategy, strategic. Again, this feels very Scorpio to me. Maybe some of you have that in your chart. Let's see. 10. Pay attention to the signs. Signs are all around you. Open your mind and pay close attention to your environment. Your angels know that you have been feeling lost about your direction you need to take in life and the decisions you need to make. They have heard your frustrations and your pleas for help. They ask you to slow down, stop focusing on the problem, and allow the solution to come into your reality. Your spiritual helpers have been organizing synchronistic events that support you, but you keep thinking in the same stubborn way. Relax and look at life in a more creative way. Pay attention to the repetitive signs and signals. A sign can come in the form of a song, a movie, a book, nature, animals, people, thoughts, dreams, and visions. At times, your body also gives you signs. Your body may be telling you to rest, change your diet, or work on challenging emotions. Be sure to take these signals seriously. Yeah, I love that. That totally, I feel like, encapsulates sort of what we've been saying. Let me know what you think in the comments below, Libra. Like the video, that would be super appreciated. I'm trying to grow my channel this year. Subscribe if you would like us to meet again. Hit the notifications bell. And thanks for showing up for me. Hopefully I'll see you soon for more tarot. Bye, Libra.